I'm Kråkan, also known as Corvus and welcome to Class Movie Rambles, where I talk about old movies that I found in my closet while cleaning. This week's movie is 101 Dalmatians from 1961, and it's about 1 hour and 60 minutes long. And the movie starts with an animated sequence, and then cutting to Pongo, a dog, and Roger, a young bachelor music writer. And they're in his flat, and Pongo's looking out the window, and he sees this new owner with another Dalmatian. And he wants them to get together because reasons, I guess. So they go down to the park, and Pongo managed to get the attention of the other lady, and he managed to entangle Roger and Anita in this woman in their leash, and they literally fall into a pond. You can say they fall for each other. And then some time later, they live together in this new apartment, and they even have a nanny. And this terrible woman comes to visit called Cruella de Vil, and she wears like a fur coat and smokes, and she's really an unpleasant person. So Roger doesn't like her, so he makes a song about her, not a very nice song. And sometime later, the female dog Purdy and Pongo, they're about to have puppies, and everything goes well. So or not so well. There's actually this time where it's time to deliver. There's supposed to be 15 puppies, but one of them turn out to be, they think it's like dead on birth, but Roger managed to rob it to life, somehow making the heartbeat and everything. And soon after that, Cruella de Vil shows up because she wants to buy the puppy. And the reason for this is kind of cruel. She wants to make a fur coat out of the puppies, which is mind-boggling. That's kind of, it's sick. It's very sick. So sometime later, the pups are grown up and they're watching TV, and sometime later, Purdy and Pongo is supposed to go for a walk in the park. So when this walk is taking place, two henchmen hired by Cruella de Vil, Jasper and Horace, these goofy-looking goons, they're supposed to steal the puppies because they weren't up for sale, but Cruella wanted them anyway. So they basically break into the apartment, and the nanny can't even stop them, and they basically they take the puppies. And sometime later, Cruella is laughing at this when she sees it on the news. And Pongo and Purdy late at night use this thing called the Twilight Bark, where they basically bark at other dogs to send a message if they know where the puppies are at. And eventually the message reached this guy called the Colonel in the countryside, and he sends out his Sergeant Cat to investigate this place called the DeVille mansion, because there's rumor that they've been barking and stuff in there. And when this Sergeant Cat actually gets inside, he finds not 15 puppies, but 99 puppies. So Jasper managed to see this cat doing his sneaky business, and he basically chases him out there. And back in London, Purdy and Pongo gets the news that their puppies might be at this mansion, DeVille Place, and they basically run there, and it turns to snow like a big snowstorm. And meanwhile this is happening, Cruella de Vil arrives at her mansion, her old decrepit mansion, and she basically tells Horace and Jasper to skin the puppies alive, but they're putting it up because they're watching this comedic show about criminals winning prizes for some reason. So basically what happens is that the cat tries to sneak out all the puppies, but he managed to fail, and when all things seems to bleak, the Colonel and Pongo and Purdy saves the day. So they manage to escape with the puppies, and they regroup at a barn. They manage to escape the baddies, and they basically seek shelter in this barn. So the dogs are out in the cold again, and they manage to run upon a dairy farm where they get some, milk from the cows. And the next morning they're heading for another place called Dinsford, where they can get a direct transport to London. The problem is that Cruella de Vil and Jasper and Horace are out looking for them, but they manage to come up with an idea to roll in like some soot from a fireplace, so they can pass on as not Dalmatians but like Labradors. So that's what they do. They load all the puppies on the wagon, but soon enough Cruella de Vil kind of figures out that they're basically in disguise. So there's like a road chase, and it ends up with Horace, Jasper and Cruella de Vil crashing and careening off the road. And back in London, the puppies arrive at the apartment, and everything turns out to be fine. And apparently Roger's song about Cruella de Vil was a hit, so he has a lot of money now. So they basically decide to keep all the 101 Dalmatians and move out to like a kennel, sort of like a place on the countryside to have all the dogs. And that's pretty much the end of the movie. So what do I think about this movie? I've seen it a couple of times before, but this was the first time I actually saw it with the English voices and everything, and I think it holds up today. Even though if the movie was made in 1961, it might be hard to recommend it to the kids of today, but it's a good movie. So if it's on, why not watch it? So anyway, thanks for listening and or watching, and take care.